They have a good shot for sure. Their lane matchups are really solid. I really like Tidehunter plus Tusk, the minus armor from Gush. They have a Blightstone on Tusk as well with Tag Team. We're talking a lot of physical damage. That will certainly punish the Wraith King core. He's very killable. Dark Willow not so much because of Shadow Realm, but they can bully that lane. Their safe lane is what? Juggernaut plus Grimstroke. That's a great dual lane. Inkswell on Juggernaut with spin means enemy heroes are dying. And they have Jug versus Darkseer too. So like those two lanes, I just feel like no Bounty Hunter has the lane advantage there. And then the mid lanes, Wind Ranger versus a Dragon Knight. Wind Ranger's not going to be able to kill Dragon Knight pretty much. So that's one good thing going for Brame. And her rotations are going to be a little bit punished by DK pressuring the tower. So they have some things going for them on the Brame side, especially in the mid lane. But I really like no Bounty Hunter's other lanes, and I think that's where they gotta explode here.
Yeah, I won't lie, Spartan. That was a little unexpected from me too. They're all tipping Desire. And the reason for that is Desire was doing that trick where he reveals if there's an observer ward on the right side of the Radiant Tower, which he did. They know there's a ward there, but he did it so late that they're like, well, this guy can't actually be here for the bounty rune, so let's contest. And as a result, Brame managed to get 3.
That's cool. Very interesting. Good start for them. I mean, the game is basically over now. 40 gold. Like, that's an extra last hit for everybody.
Tag team versus, a squishy little Dark Willow who did go Brambles, almost dies as a result. And this is something they're going to have to be very careful of because we have seen these Tidehunter lanes be incredibly strong in the first couple levels thanks to Gush. And then Tusk is classically a very good hero in that regard too.
He actually doesn't have Gush. He had Anchor Smash there. So that was without Gush, the amount of damage that we just saw, which is incredible. I mean, one upside, I guess, is that you get an extra tag team proc by Anchor Smashing after you attack. So there's, there is a small upside. Not to mention your laning is obviously much better with Anchor Smash against Wraith King because you can pressure him while last hitting. But yeah, that was a lot of damage to start the laning stage out, and that's not going to be the last time we see that combo.
Yeah, certainly not. And that is, like you're talking about how this laning phase is going to be a lot better for no Bounty Hunter. And that is already one step above game 1, right? Where they kind of got demolished in 2 lanes, and arguably they have that 3rd lane that they didn't really full out win. So it's no Bounty Hunter. It definitely looks like they put a lot more emphasis into that this go around.
Yeah, for sure. Docky doing a great job pressuring the Wish. Wish sitting at about 30 to 40% HP at the moment. More pressure bottom though.
Yeah, Desire. He knows that Shadow Realm was already used, so even though he doesn't get the kill on Spartan, it does force out a Wraith Fire Blast.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically Wraith King's ultimate right now on the 17-second cooldown, so good luck fighting anytime soon on Wraith King.
Yeah. As a result, they might be able to pressure a little bit more.
Ooh, Flash in trouble. Top.
Might be able to run him down. They do have the explosion that goes off, but they don't want to dive that tower too much. Shadow Realm is going to go down there as Spartan. I think it was a pretty good read by them of like having this support against this duo. I mean, they need something that is not going to just die the moment it gets gushed.
The problem, though, I think, is that they're just getting way more efficient trades on no Bounty Hunter side. Like, Tag Team is not that much mana, whereas, like, popping Shadow Realm and taking a bunch of damage, like, oh, my bad, missed that one.
Yeah, no, it was... Stobit, he managed to run down Flash. He will get traded out, thanks to Flash still have a Fairy Fire, so he was able to kind of pull him into the tower range, but still, he gets that, big coveted first blood gold, so well worth the trade-off.
Okay, Grimstroke going back to lane with no regen, just bringing a Windlace, so a little interesting here. Desire looking like he can kill, he's got a stick though.
Oh, runs into 2 Brambles too.
That's pretty worth it for Spartan, that's 250 magic damage there. So lane's going okay down here actually for Brame. They haven't died yet, surprisingly. I can't help but think that not getting Gush level 1 is maybe a mistake, but hey, you wanted a better laning stage and they'll get a kill eventually, perhaps. If they have any mana yet. They have a Mango ready on Tide if they do need to go with Tusk, so they have options still.
Flash, he's not having a very fun laning phase. That's managed to get the 2-man stun there, so that's very nice. But the Vacuum is still going to be able to pull him back to his doom.
Yeah, so they've just done a nice job pressuring the Grimstroke. I mean, they got that kill before, but the important thing was they got him low. They've been pressuring him consistently. They did a the rolling boulder into vacuum under the tower before. That sets up their kill later. Now they're pressuring him whenever he's trying to disrupt pulls. And Grimstroke's weakness as a support is you cannot cover yourself very well when you do get gone on, especially when your Inkswill's only level 1. The stun duration does not feel strong enough. And he's now smoking to get back into a lane. He is being heavily punished here. And that's going to mean that Skylark just has a much better laning stage. And Jug's not going to necessarily get as many kills either. His smoke's going to break on Earth Spirit, it looks like. Which isn't necessarily all bad. He is going to deward the ward, though. Nicely done.
Oh, snubbing it. Almost got him there. Almost kicked him up onto the high ground and get him stuck, but does manage to both kill that ward and ruin Earth Spirit's potential move there. I think they're only looking at that simply because there was a DD on a Dragonite. You know, you're like, maybe we can kill this Wind Ranger.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, though, still decent against Flash because his HP is still pretty low, doesn't have any regen built up. He's rotating to help secure double bounty runes bottom, but, like, it's basically Jug by himself at this point now. He knows he's just a vulnerability there.
Khan tried to go for the bounty rune, misses out on some CS, and still misses the bounty as the Earth Spirit roll in, caught him off guard.
Every coin helps.
Yeah, he's playing pretty careful here. Does not want to get killed under the tower. Knowing that he doesn't have spin, if he gets like rolled on with Ion Shell, he definitely dies, so he'll set under the tower briefly. He's got phase at least, so he's pretty survivable, but we'll see if Bounty Hunter can get a kill here on the Dragonite. 6 gets popped. Great for them to hit this timing. They got Focus Fire too.
Roll in, but they only
good.
tried to kick him out, and it looks like he managed to get him outside of the Inks while stunned, but it still
So
puts him in
sick.
serious danger.
Oh, this is so cool. So this is the counter to Dragonite, right? He hits 6, you come and kill him as soon as he gets it, then he doesn't get tower pressure in, but what they did was they did Focus Fire with Tag Team. So even though Wind Ranger's damage is reduced by a lot, he's still getting bonus 50 damage per attack, and that is why Dragonite got shredded there. Very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It also gave Flash, like, something to do in the game, you know, because he was having such a rough time top. So I like the fact that he's beginning to roam around with the Tusk. Of course, he does still die, but obviously the trade out of getting that Dragonite kill was well worth it.
Not sure if the focus or if the tag team is before or after the damage reduction, but either way, it was impressive how much more damage Wind Ranger did there. I mean, it's effectively close to like a double damage for how much damage increase she got, like a 75% damage increase, even if it doesn't work the most beneficial way. So that was a great way to rotate and make Dragonite seem like a less valuable hero.
Oh,
so,
Focus! They want to try and kill him right before he gets his level 6 here. The tag team doing some serious work, but he had so many stick charges, he's actually able to turn around and get aggressive here. The roll on out. Oh, it barely misses the Tide Hunter and doesn't quite hit onto the Tusk. Maybe they could still chase Blink down, though. He's got the Ion Shell. He's just trying to get close enough. Blink is going to cut his way through the trees, get some distance here, but he is going to have to juke this rolling boulder, which is not going to happen. Great Fire Blast will ensure his demise. He does go down. Skylark is the one to pick up the kill with the Ion Shell.
He laned again, or he did a very good job with it, considering he recognized that that was by far the biggest damage was the Ion Shell. So rather than stopping you to tango, he just kept hightailing it. Did his best to delay his death at least. So not bad ultimately. The downside is that all this pressure that they put on Focus is now offset. He's already healed back almost up to full. So despite them getting some good pressure in, rough one. Blades of Attack coming for Focus now as well. No Helm of Iron Will just yet, but yeah, I can't help but think that this Tide to Tusk dual lane just didn't quite accomplish as much as I wanted it to. They pressured really well, but they just didn't get those important kills, and their opponents offset it with good regen and lifesteal. So I really thought this lane was going to go better for No Bounty Hunter.
Yep, and now Focus can just go ahead and, you know, run around the map, farm it all he wants.
And the Spartan can just hold the lane because he's really difficult to kill with Shadow Realm. So yeah, it's kind of perfect circumstances for Braille here. They do a big wall of replica on the top lane. I don't think it got anybody though. Jug tips and walks.
You're trying to run down Wish with that Focus Fire tag team, but again, another nice kick comes in. This time around, it might have saved Wish's life as the Inkswell explosion does manage to get a couple of hits there, but they don't really do that much damage. Ravage is going to go down. It doesn't actually manage to catch the Dragonite, so they're going to have to hope for, at best, SSA Spartan's Dark Willow, who will very likely be dying to the tag team here. He does indeed go down, and Wish is still healthy enough that he can defend the tower against a 4-man push here from No Bounty.
Yeah. And he gets a salve. He used Arcane Rune before he used Dragon form as well. This is great. That punchback was insanely good, though. Most importantly, like normally, obviously, punching Dragon away is great, but he got him out of tag team range, which basically meant that No Bounty Hunter's chance to kill him was removed with that one nice kick. Ion Shell smoke. Oh, and there's the stun.
Dragon Tail into the roll in with the Ion Shell on him. They're trying to make good use of this combination. Desire.
It's a little
going with the shard, but nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, he was a little low in mana there to do the kick. Didn't want to use his wand, so they were gonna get the kill anyways here. So here it is. Tag team damage. Focus fire looks great. Rolls in, punches him out of the tag team range, and now no more damage. You could really see the difference there. He's attacking Wish. I can't even tell that Wind Ranger's doing damage. Just shooting peas at him.
Yeah, he really is. And then the Ravage doesn't hit Wish, which I'm not sure if they really would have been able to dive him, but yeah, that was a series of unfortunate incidences there for No Bounty Hunter. They still have Khan kind of free farming away at the top lane, but then again, so is Focus. And Focus is just going to do it a little bit better thanks to the fact he's got his skeletons that can farm for him.
They got the free blade mail on Dragon. The rotation's coming though. We'll talk about it later. Looking to dive him.
Yeah, the spin is run out. Now they can chain stun Khan, not letting him get off the Omni Slash potentially. Oh, he almost got it off halfway through the animation there. Desire, he's going to be run down. They're going to play around the wall. Fortunately, Daki is able to get that kill on a Skylark at least, but he's in big time trouble. Flash, he's going to come in and try and nuke a little bit and comes in with the Inkswell. He's looking to be able to kill him, but he dies first. Good turnaround by Focus reading that situation. He doesn't lose his reincarnation just yet.
God, look how close the fight was so close for No Bounty Hunter to do really well. That he got his wand off, he started the Omni Slash. If Omni comes out, fight's completely different here. But they just barely got the kills. Brame just playing better, and this is very reminiscent of the last game. They just did better in the laning stage than their opponents did. There's the spin. He was just trying to pressure the Wraith King to defend his tower, but that coming at the same time as this gank made things look really rough here. Didn't commit the vacuum here, saving it for the follow-up fight, and yeah, they end up killing Skylark with the nice focus fire, but it took too long for the rest of the team to get there to cover him. And during that, we saw a Spartan go down as well. Dark Willow being picked up on the other side of the map, and Tier 1 tower being cleaned up by No Bounty Hunter. So there is some return.
They, because they didn't use the reincarnation, Focus says like, okay, I'm going to try and protect this mid siege wagon a little bit. I'm going to summon the skeletons and see if we can get some little extra damage on the tower, which they may have just gotten the second creep wave in time.
Yeah, it did get killed though. They were focusing. It took like 2 tower hits. Good right clicks to clean it up. Maelstrom's almost ready for Wind Ranger as well, so his damage is starting to be really good. And normally you see a lot of like tanky heroes on enemy team and you're scared as like these single target damage heroes, but with Maelstrom it's not the worst for Wind Ranger because you will get a lot of AoE damage procs. So Wind Ranger's not the strongest hero like she used to be at various points in time, but she can work as a mid-roll if you can do a lot of damage, if you get a lot of kills, if you kind of become the playmaker for your team. So if he can have a decent game, this could be good. Might get killed here, though.
Oh, does manage to get the wind run off before the stun came in. Now he's going to run the opposite direction, but on the other side of things, Spartan could potentially stop him from getting anywhere. There's the Brambles. They're going to catch him, running him down pretty easily. Daki ends up going down, and that is really bad because you're talking about, stun going out. They can't really do anything to this tanky Darkseer, especially with Brame looking to close that gap. Focus gets the surge. Oh, my God. Half of Flash's health disappears in an instant as the big crit comes in from the Armlet Wraith King as they look to continue that pressure on the mid tower.
Yep, man, he's just about halfway to his relic. I mean, Tide is tanky here, but the problem is that his allies, all of them are pretty easy to kill, with the exception of maybe Wind Ranger with Wind Run or Jug with Spin. But they're just pressuring these supports effectively across the board. And he's going to try to slow things down mid, but the net worth advantage for Brame continues to go.
Do you think it's fair to compare mid Wind Ranger a little bit to like mid Lina, where you're kind of a snowballing mid, right?
Yeah, that's pretty fair. And they end up becoming a little bit vulnerable as the game goes on, and therefore it feels a little weird. Lena's definitely safer, just because she has better AoE. It feels like she pressures the map better. Like Wind Ranger's a little cheesy, but Shackle can be huge in mid and late game engagements. Like it absolutely is a huge ability, but right now it's just feeling okay this game. They had the cool combo, but it's been revealed with how they're trying to get their kills, and since then her ability to solo kill just isn't that incredible.
Yeah, and that is not a good sign for No Bounty Hunter when the Wind Ranger is bottom of all the cores in the game. So they're going to definitely need a team fight to kind of get the Wind Ranger back into the game, but maybe with the Maelstrom complete and the Ravage up, they will find an opportunity to do so. After all, they did hit a really nice mid-game stride last time in Game 1. Maybe they can do the same here.
Yeah, maybe they will. Con almost got Battle Fury at least, so that part's looking good on them. But, I mean, comparing that with how Wraith King's doing, it's not looking great. I mean, he's got Skeletons maxed out, of course. He's about 1,000 gold away from his Relic. Once he gets his Radiance, he should farm and pressure the map better than Battle Fury Jug. But, hey, at least there's a lot of stacks. That part's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Which he doesn't have Battle Fury for. But
yeah, just have to do it bit by bit.
Okay, there we go. He's got it now.
All right, clearing through those stacks.
I won't lie.
Everybody else just kind of like find and farm where they can get it. We've got the Tusk pushing out the top lane. My concern is this Wind Ranger doesn't really feel like she's got a whole lot to do right now.
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, jungling is the best she can do, but you know, without good attack speed, clearing jungle camps is a little slow. She'll be all right though. At least their towers aren't getting pressured. I mean, they do have decent counter push and tower defense between Tide, but yeah, the other side of the map, they're not going to be too concerned about this. They don't really care about not taking towers right now because they have this net worth advantage and they feel like they're going to be strong mid game.
A little awkward there, Spartan. He popped the Shadow Realm, but the silence from the Grimstroke, Phantom's Embrace, had already gone out, so he's just kind of stuck with that silence on him. And now with that pick off, it looks like no Bounty Hunter. Siege Wagon going through mid lane. This is a great opportunity for them to see if they can take the mid tower first.
It didn't disjoint the Phantom's Embrace, right? Like Invis would have?
Yeah,
okay.
It sticks onto you, and then you have to leave Shadow Realm, obviously, if you want to get it off of you. So,
yeah, it's kind of a good counter. Yeah, works out nice. Well, we'll see if they defend. Doesn't look like it. They won't bother. Healing Ward, they've got Battle Fury, they've got Omni Slash. Their team fight is really strong, especially if they get Inkswell on like Jug or Tide as they run in. Tide going a slightly different build than most Tides this game, actually. Didn't go Phase Boots like we normally see. He's actually going back for Greaves to just help them win their team fight a little bit better. I kind of like it. Will help them offset some of the team fight that Braille is putting out. Kind of nice. Do you play a lot of Tide, Cap?
He's, sorry?
Do you play Tide often?
Yeah, I think I played a decent amount. I think I played it actually somewhat recently.
Which build do you prefer usually? Do you like the phase?
You know, like I have a tendency to go team fight items more often as an offlaner in general. That's just kind of my style. But of late, I've definitely preferred the phase boots with the Soul Ring, where I can get like really aggressive. I feel like I'm very strong, especially in lane. But Blink. He's able to hold down the fort here. Brame obviously want to be able to equalize things and take that mid tower back, but it's just hard getting through this damn Tide. He's just a tanky beast.
Yeah, and he's got Possessed Mask as well, so he got free lifesteal here, which is insane against skeletons, because then he's Anchor Smashing every skeleton, doing bonus damage from Anchor Smash, and he's getting 7% lifesteal, so, and it gives him 7 strength, so it's like the perfect circumstance. And he doesn't have to spend 900 gold on the lifesteal. Instead, he buys more tanky items, so it's like the perfect item to slow down these pushes.
Yeah, getting that Vlad's just doesn't feel as good of an item anymore, so like going for just the base Morbid Mask feels a little weird as Tide Hunter. It's still value for you, but at the same time, especially if you go this team fight build, it's going to slow down your team fight items a lot. So it's so nice just to be able to get that free lifesteal item.
I love this. And he pulls the creep wave over to him rather than going into the mid lane where it's slightly dangerous. Now he's got mech completed. He's got a full wand, a bracer, a hood. His ability to die is not really on the board right now unless they commit everything to him. So as long as he stands in a place that his team can respond, if he does get gone on, they're in a great spot. Con grabbing a Quicksilver Amulet. That looks really effective on Jug here. Lots of good things going for no Bounty Hunter right now.
That's why they're kind of ignoring him. They're going to protect their wards up here. I think they were really hoping to get the smoke gank on Desire as he was showing top lane, but still, pick off like that on the Grimstroke and a rapid rotation into mid. They could just go ahead and backdoor the tower. Blink, he was doing a good job pushing into mid wave, but that is one of the downsides of tier 1s. You don't necessarily need a creep wave to deal with them.
Yeah, they made that thing last a lot longer than I expected, considering the net worth advantage. Oh, Darkseer in trouble. He's got a hood.
Especially with the roll-in of the snowball. The Walrus Punch should finish him off, and yes, it does. Desire gets the last hit on that, which will get him his Blink Dagger. An important item pickup here for initiation and potentially for saves.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the scary things about the Brame lineup, and one of the things that justifies Dragon Knight as a pick is that he will jump in and stun somebody. You can't really respond to killing Dragon Knight because he's so tanky, and then there's going to be follow-up that kills somebody. So if they can counteract that with Snowball, that could be huge to save a hero like Juggernaut before he gets spin off, or a Wind Ranger. So kind of helps them offset this. We'll see if they can take the Aegis, though.
Terrorize, that's going to come in. Oh, and they do manage to find the initiation onto Flash, so it's already going to start off on a 4 versus 5 with the follow-up chain stuns. Wish. Okay, the Ravage goes out. The Snowball, they're going to focus down this Dragon Knight as quick as possible.
Oh, the Shackle.
And that Shackle. You said it, Purge. It can make the difference in a team fight. It certainly does here, being able to lock down Focus, and that just takes his first life out of the equation. Now, defending this Roshan gets awkward for Brame. They've already used a bunch of... Oh, no! A vacuum wall blind inside of the pit, but no Bounty Hunter were wise enough to be able to back away, but they weren't wise enough to keep their Wind Ranger out of harm's way. Khan, his spin's going to run out here. Desire, very low on health, should go down as well. And Blink, he may be tanky, but he can only defend himself against magic damage for so long. It started out with a bit of a blunder there, but no Bounty Hunter choosing to actively engage. Wrong choice.
It was the perfect bait. The vacuum wall on nothing. They walk in, and crucially was a silence from the Earth Spirit to prevent Windrun from coming out. Then they just walked up and slapped her like 3 times and she died. Very, very vulnerable there. And he's almost got BKBs, 500 gold away. He has not been greedy with his item build at all. This is what you got to do to play Wind Ranger effectively, but he's punished. Dies in a huge way. But ultimately, how did that fight start? It was Flash out of position dying again.
Yes.
Which made their follow-up team fight look okay. They forced their opponent out, but yeah, look at that. Just easy kill with the magic damage. He's not able to get away from his opponents. Then there's just double Iron Shell against 4 heroes. Like, there's no way you can survive through this at this point. Just get cleaned up. But Flash has got to be better on positioning. He's like, I get he's trying to break smokes and stuff like this, but we haven't seen his skills become useful in the team fight. And because they didn't win that fight convincingly with the Omni Slash and the Ravage, that's why they weren't able to get Roche.
Yeah, I mean, just think if Flash is alive and no Bounty Hunter play that fight differently, where they let the enemy team go into Roche and they slow roll it, you know, they just poke. They've got a ton of long range. Nice Terrorize. That's going to be able to save Skylark here, and usually, maybe, be able to get the kill. Oh, the vacuum in with the Curse Crown. It's going to be able to catch the Wind Ranger. Fortunately, she is able to get off Windrun before that, but now that it's gone, she has no escape. The double Ion Shell is going to run her down. Top lane, they're going for Focus right now. But Focus, he's got the Aegis and Reincarnation, so this fight is not going to go well either for no Bounty Hunter, losing 2 different engagements on 2 different sides of the map. This is becoming utter disaster. It really feels like no Bounty Hunter's falling apart now, Purge.
They really are. I mean, Wind Ranger tried to save his ally by tanking some of the Bedlam damage, but then he just got follow-up disabled and killed. He had BKB there, but if he would have popped it without Wind Run, he probably would have been ran down anyways, and now it's just high ground time. This is the perfect time by the Dragon Knight, too. Good luck defending. Someone's going to get stunned and followed up on.
They do have the Ravage back up when the Tidehunter is here in 15 seconds, but...
It's a level 1 stroke of fate. It's not going to be able to slow this down.
No.
Jug's going to spin, though.
He already found his spin, makes things a little bit awkward in a few more seconds when the tide is up, but it looks like Brame, they're recognizing, guys, if we commit to this, we're going to get potentially caught. And maybe they do get caught as nice shards coming out, but Desire's going to be silenced here. The Curse Crown, can he get off the Snowball? Never mind, he's back to safety, up to the high ground. Brame, again, recognizing they don't want to blunder up into this high ground against a Tidehunter Ravage. Even if they have Aegis, even if they feel like they're very strong, which they're 8,000 net worth ahead, they cannot underestimate no Bounty Hunter's team fight potential.
Ooh, this looks like a good vacuum wall, potentially.
They're going to jump immediately onto Flash. Focus looking to just 3-shot. Unfortunately, heal goes off for Blink, but it doesn't really change too much. Flash still goes down. He buys back immediately into this fight. Focus, Ravage going down. They're going to take the first life of the Wraith King. See if they can do more with the Omni Slash Inkswell combination. They're doing a lot of damage to this Dragon Knight. Can it be enough, though? The Gush follow-up, but Khan dies. They don't have a whole lot behind them. There's the Wind Ranger coming in from the side. Immediately gets Heavens halberded. Now chain stun up by the Dragon Tail as well. Blink, they've been kind of ignoring him and saving him for last as they're going to turn back to Flash, who shows himself again with Inkswell. Maybe going to be able to get the stun and kill Stominen at best. Blink does manage to get SSA Spartan before he dies, but another wipe. No Bounty Hunter, lose 5. Brame, they can even still approach the high ground as, Focus is like, where you going, Wish? Come up here.
Yeah. Time to go hit some Ancient. There's some racks here. I can't help but think that, and I'm sure that the panelists are like really mad about this is the Battle Fury on Jug. His impact in these fights has just not felt good at all. His like Omni Slash hasn't felt strong. He had to buy Manta immediately after Battle Fury, which means his damage here is slow. Like, yeah, if your opponents play really safe and you just sit and hit creeps for a while, Battle Fury is better than Maelstrom, but like, we just haven't had enough impact from all the no bounty hunter heroes. They've generally been in position, they've been at the fights, but they don't feel as strong as I thought they would be. And I feel like it's the Battle Fury on Jug and maybe the out of position a little bit at times from Grimstroke.
No, I totally agree. I mean, how many times has Omni Slash ended up on the Dragonite and he just, you know, he laughs it off. His physical damage doesn't mean anything to him.
And Halberd too, so he's dodging a fifth of them anyways.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for them to engage here. And now his like spin offensive stuff isn't even that good. He did end up buying Shard, but like what he's attacking with a Battle Fury on a random guy, who cares? It doesn't feel that good to me. So the push continues, and now they're just in a death ball. Way too tanky for no bounty hunter to deal with, but maybe they can get a good team fight. They got to burst down backline or something. They've been focus firing Darkster. They did kill him in the last fight, but it's a lot of effort for your mid hero with a BKB to commit just to kill one offlane hero.
Brame back up with a 12,000 net worth here. No real rush for them as they still have plenty of peaks to go with Focus completing an AC somewhat soon. Almost has his level 20 as well. The Dragonite, he's got room to grow as he, with his level 18, and I wouldn't mind seeing an Aghanim Scepter. I'm always down with that, the Black Dragon. I feel like it's really good. And, oh, it looks like he's going to go with the Overwhelming Blink, though, instead. That's fair.
It's really good, too. It's you're spending money for it, but it's like really free damage is what it feels like, because you're just doing like a 300 damage nuke. You're forcing reactions with BKBs and stuff like that, but no bounty hunter's going to go for a smoke play. They're looking for an easy kill. This is one way to do good. Unfortunately, they hit creeps just a second too soon. They might have gotten Focus to come forward here. Instead, the enemy team's reacting. They're collapsing now, looking to take this fight. And if they can win this convincingly, I wouldn't be surprised.
Look at the right side. Managed to spot Spartan there, but he picked up a Haste Road Flash. Oh no, no, no! He dies again at the start of a team fight. Focus makes short work of him, and now they're fighting inside of the wall. Khan is going to use that extra movement speed to be able to get away, but Focus, he's not slowing down. He's got a Blink coming up soon, which is what Blink is hoping to be able to deny. Turns around, gushed him, shut out by the shards, but Focus, he's going to be able to get on top of them once again. They're going to stick with Blink. Nice shackle. That is important for them to be able to disengage and roll in. That misses from Stoneman. They do manage to get the win run up, so the win range is going to be okay off that Dragon Tail stun. They do have the shard. They nice shackle again, locking down Focus. The Ravage is going to go down last second there from the Tidehunter, but the BKB'd up Dragonite reigns supreme here. Is now Flash coming back in, has the Inkswell on himself. Blink is going to try and do something here. Focus turns around, 2 shots him. Yeah, he doesn't even need the second shot. The Ion Shell does its work. Focus, though, is dropping very low. Khan needs to be able to catch up to him. Don't let him blink away. Oh, they don't have the chase. They don't have the disables anymore. Wish playing interference with the back lines, making sure that the Wind Ranger cannot move forward. They might try and chase after Blink. They do have that shard going out from SSA Spartan, but Blink, a little too tanky. Still a one-team fight for Brame.
Nice game to get the shard. They've got a Lotus Orb on somebody. Maybe that's just their team that's owning, but great diving. Tide did do his best to try to buy some time. He got Ravage off before he died, but just not enough damage. There is a Maelstrom up on Jug now, so his damage is higher, but I just keep looking at Wind Ranger in these fights, and the impact just feels inadequate. She has to burn so much. Like, if you don't get a kill when you use BKB on Wind Ranger, then the game just feels rough. But every single time, he's like maybe killing one of these enemy heroes because he's just too far behind. And I can't help but think that this is the second time that no bounty hunter has been picking mid heroes that are out of the meta. They played Rubik mid one game. He said in an interview that he was expecting a different hero to go mid, so he thought the matchup would be ideal, but now a second time going for something non-traditional, and it definitely feels off.
No, absolutely. I think that's been no bounty hunter across the board because they've been picking some weirder offlaners as well. In their recent snow tournament, they played the Alk offlane, which you've only seen here or there, and then a bounty hunter offlane as well, the core bounty hunter, which I feel like has been not been successful in any of my games that I've seen anyway. Flash tries to de-ward, or tries to get a ward up on the high ground here in preparation for the push that's going to come through the bottom lane, but not only is the ward spotted, but he also dies.
All right, here comes the high ground, see if they can defend. They got the Maelstrom, they picked up a Mindbreaker on Wind Ranger. This is a nice advantage. but shackled start.
Terrorize, pump faking that one, does manage to hit the Wind Ranger, pull him back into the vacuum. What a beautiful combination. Beautifully set up. That AoE from the Wish is going to be doing some serious work here. Now the Wraith King dies the first time. Now an Omni Slash on top with their shackle shot into the back line. Can they actually kill him? Oh god, this focus fire doesn't do anything. Turns around. Hello, Flash. Goodbye, Flash. That is the story of this game for him. In and out. The focus fire still up on Focus, but they can't actually lock him down, so maybe they can get Wish instead. They do.
Okay.
He dies at least. No bounty hunter will hold the high ground for now.
Naki is just very scared to go in. The focus fire didn't do anything because he was playing the absolute edges of the fight there. He was scared to get within attack range of his target in that fight because he didn't want to get stunned by the Dragon Knight. That's what he's afraid of, because every time that he gets out of position, they combo him. In that fight, it was a great terrorize into the vacuum. They did follow-up disables. They didn't actually kill him. He was able to get BKB off it. He feels the threat big time. He knows that he's vulnerable to getting bursted in these moments.
Yeah, and this is where we were talking about it. It is definitely a snowballing hero, right? If he had had a better game, he'd have BKB sooner. He would have been able to commit to more kills, and maybe he'd have an MKB right now. Oh, setting up, trying to bait out the bounty rune. They do manage to get the Lotus Orb bounce back here as Focus. Got to be careful. He does still have that reincarnation. That was back up. Oh, Stummonen. Haha, nice initiation there. Gets the kick down the cliff onto Flash that will ruin him. Oh my god, he's got 16 deaths.
Yeah. It's not a few times this game. Laning stage is rough. Like, you know what I think really makes Grimstroke look effective as a support is when, like, in those like early and mid-game rotations where your cores start getting active, that every time they go in, there's always Inkswell ready to pop afterwards. It makes Grimstroke feel so strong, but I feel like I haven't seen that a single time this game because there hasn't been a moment where no bounty hunter can like get on top of heroes. And maybe if Jug had a better game, maybe if he had a better game on Flash, we would be seeing that, but I just haven't felt the impact of his hero like at all. It's rough when you're losing, but
yeah. I love that we saw the stat there of the gold lost. I've noticed that before. When I've had bad games at 5 position, can't lose gold if you don't have any gold in the first place.
Good point, yeah. You get to participate in, if you happen to survive for one person to die before you die for the first time, then yeah, you get all this reliable gold and everything just looks nice. He's got a Glimmer at least. He's got a Philosopher's Stone also. He's racking it up. Pretty high net worth for the amount of deaths he's got, I gotta say. But at least Jug is still progressing. He's got Mjolnir finished on top of his Battle Fury now. So now his spin attacks are actually pretty disgustingly good. He can do like 1500 damage with Blade Fury alone plus procs. So he stays alive in these fights. That's their carry without a doubt. But he is a little vulnerable. He's only got 1800 health.
Level 20
Range is
now
kinda far.
on Skylark. He's working towards the Aghanim Scepter, so that'll be a really big boost for these strength heroes, especially Dragon Knight, who has so much armor. His effective HP going to go up a lot if they can complete that Aghanim Scepter. He's also going to be finishing up an overwhelming Blink soon.
He almost got it finally. Yeah, he's close. About 800 gold. And the Axon Dragon Knight is definitely pretty cool, but the extra magic resistance is nice, but I just don't think he has that much threat from it. Like, BKB covers that almost entirely, so would have been overkill to do something like that.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Oh, it looks like Brame are just going to be content, just kind of chilling out and farming a lot of the map here. Maybe once they get their next round of items, they'll try again for the high ground. They still have to respect no bounty hunters' high ground defense. Between Ravage and Wind Ranger being able to play a safer position, being up the high ground like that, it does make team fights a lot easier for the
It really does.
side.
But on the downside, though, is that no bounty hunter just can't leave the base. Their opponents have a large multitude of stuns and blink daggers, which means that it's just not safe for them to leave the map, because if they don't have vision control, therefore if they get outmaneuvered or initiated on, they're just very likely to lose their cores before they pop BKB. And if they try to pop Ravage or something to save them, it's just not an option. So, like, they'll occasionally push out top lanes like this for Jug. He's a little bit more viable here, but Abyssal's almost up on Wraith King, and now that's not going to work either shortly. So just way more farm going to Brame right now, which they should be able to close the game out, force these hard team fights against uphill Ravage, things like that.
Not sure if I've ever seen someone use Patrol Command on a courier. That's what Blink
That's cool.
did.
It's a good idea.
I'm trying to think of like things that I'm sure there's some moves that you could do with controlled courier that would be cool. But
I
Blink,
don't even know what my hockey is.
yeah. Earth Spirit, he just got an E-Blade. Oh man,
Okay.
man's rich. All right, rolling on out. Seeing if they can
Lot
take
of
down
damage.
Focus's first life without a huge commitment. They almost do. They just need a little bit more. Oh no.
Great Yules. Spartan saving him. Breaks the Inkswell early, therefore it doesn't do enough damage. They keep Focus's ulti ready to go. He's going to go hit like 3 neutrals to be full healed.
Yeah, that's about right.
And
Oh, Shackle shot onto a tree. Now, Dragon Knight is a hard hero for them to go on. They certainly don't want to go on him when he's got that Aegis. So they've got a minute and a half. Brame, it's about time for them to force things. They've got the overwhelming blink. They have one more. Well, I guess they don't have Dragon Form. This is actually going to be kind of bad. I think they're just going to have to waste the Aegis.
yeah. I guess they're just back. But oh, this is cool from No Bounty Hunter. They have to make a move eventually. Lanes are okay push, but they've only got like maybe 15 seconds until this is really obvious. The mid creep waves are going to meet. They scan and spot him out because they did see him pushing the high ground, but they can get reverse scan too.
Oh no.
Ooh. Brame reads it, so they're going to just now hit buildings. Very likely.
Yeah, just
Hey, they tried.
yeah, not a bad idea. Focus, show up, take out the tier 3. Wish he could play very far forward because he's still got another 30 seconds on that Aegis. So he's just going to be swinging on this building and see if he can force No Bounty Hunter to address him. Inkswell out onto the Tidehunter. Wish keeps his distance and then goes right back in. Shack shot, this one will miss. All right, Dragon Form on out. Blink. Ooh, Blink's got to be careful. That damage coming out from Focus now. Good Shackle shot, though. Blink, he's going to go in. Combo that with the Ravage. Managed to hit some of the backline in there as well. They're going to go for this Dragon Knight, but he had one more second on the Aegis. Oh, no. Just a second too soon. They kill him too fast. He's able to blink himself away into the backline where the Juggernaut was. They're going to Dragon Tail into an Abyssal Blade stun. They kill him. Oh dear, hey, Terrorize, that's going to be able to keep a little bit of space off the Earth Spirit. He is, small chance he can roll away here. Yule's Scepter on himself. He's got an E-Blade. He's going to be able to kick away Blink, leave an opening for him to roll on out. Nicely played by Stoneman. And now Blink, he's down on the low ground and quickly gets executed by Brame. Again, that first hit coming out from Focus is doing a lot, even to the Tidehunter now, as they've got free reign to be able to take these barracks.
I mean, he can buy back, but he doesn't have Ravage. Right, here he comes. He's going to try to slow it down.
Focus. He gets a little far forward here. E-Blade coming out from the Earth Spirit, but actually the Lotus Orb, that's going to pull him back. The Snowball on in. They're going to be able, oh, what another big vacuum coming out from Skylark, grouping up the 3 of them, and Focus, he just rips them all apart. Back line, Wind Ranger gets Ray Fire Blast into the follow-up stun. They're going to let Blink run in and suicide, but the GG has already been called.